guys, welcome to a new video. If you are new, my name is Bronte and welcome to my channel. I know people say this every year, but I seriously cannot believe that this year is coming to an end. It felt like it was going on forever, and then all of a sudden time is like flying by, and here we are mid-December and we're coming to a close. And with this year being a little bit weird, I was able to spend more time at home and got to read a lot more books than I typically do. And I read a lot of really good ones, so I wanted to share with you guys my top 5 books of 2020. I have 2 self-help books and 3 just for fun books on this list. Let's just go ahead and get started with the self-help books. The first book that I absolutely knew had to be on this list was The Purpose Playbook. Now, as you can see, I haven't marked up a lot with sticky notes and have notes written throughout the whole thing. I absolutely loved this book. I actually found this book through Instagram, and it was actually before the book even came out. So I feel really special that I got to be one of the first people that got my hands on it and read it. I was slightly hesitant about getting this book because I feel like oftentimes books that are about finding your purpose can end up being kind of cheesy and have a lot of fluff to them, and it's all about finding yourself and traveling the world, and it can just be a lot of nothing. But this book is not like that at all. It truly is a playbook to finding your purpose. There are literally step-by-step missions, as she calls them in the book, that lead you to finding what makes you special and using that to create a purpose in your life. If you're feeling uncertain about what your purpose is or just looking for clarity in what you're doing, this will absolutely give it to you. And this is Alexandra Cole's first book, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me because it is so well done. It's real, it's relatable, it's funny. I really can't recommend this enough. It's shocking to me that more people aren't talking about this. It is a must-read for any self-help, life coach, etc. person to have on their bookshelf. Next up is actually the first book that I read this year, and that is Good Morning, Good Life by Amy Landino. And this book I've actually already done a full review on my channel, so if you want a more in-depth review, go ahead and check that out. I'll leave a link down below in the description for you. But to summarize it really briefly, it is all about how to utilize your mornings to prioritize yourself and how you can use mornings to optimize your life and see improvement in all aspects of your life, not just creating a morning routine. Like the Purpose Playbook, this also has some real life questions and steps for you to take, so you're actually making changes in your life rather than just kind of consuming content and letting it fade out throughout time. And another little fun bonus for this book is that it actually has a matching planner, so you can use all of the points that she makes in the book in your planner every day throughout the whole year. So it's kind of a foolproof way to put some of these tips and things that she talks about into practice all year. It's definitely one of the best self-help books that I've ever read. All right, so with those self-help books out of the way, let's get into the fun ones. So I don't know about you guys, but I kind of go through phases in my life where I'm reading a lot and then I kind of fall off a little bit and I'm not really reading much, and back and forth from those. And I was kind of in a phase of not really reading very much besides self-help type books. And this is a book that was recommended by so many people. It was literally all over social media. So I finally caved and bought it, and I'm so happy I did. And that is Where the Crawdads Sing. This is typically not the type of book that I would be drawn to. I usually go for super easy light reads that are not dark in any way. And so I was a little bit hesitant in getting this. I didn't know how much I was gonna like it. And it has very quickly, very easily become my favorite book ever. Anytime anyone asks me for a recommendation, this is the book that I go to because it is absolutely incredible. So this book is a coming of age story about a young girl that lives in the South, but it is also a romance. It's also a mystery. It's got so much going on. It's almost kind of a historical fiction type book too, and there's just so much going on. It's really interesting. It's the definition of a page turner. I could not stop reading it. It was so good. And the ending, if you know, you know, but if you don't, like, the ending is so good. I just can't even, so good. And again, this is this author's first novel that she's written, and that's mind-blowing to me again because it is so well done, and this definitely got me back into reading for fun again, and I have fallen back in love. The next book I actually read on my Kindle, and I'm trying to be better about buying books in the hard copy because I have so many already, and then you kind of don't really touch them after you read it the first time. So I'm trying to be better about reading on Kindle. So the last two I don't actually have the hard copy of. But the next one is called The Best of Friends. This book hooked me from chapter 1. You are thrown into the action and instantly need to know what's going to happen next. This one is about 3 women who were best friends from childhood, and they grow up and all live pretty close to each other, and then they also have children of their own who become friends as well. And from the very first chapter, you're thrown into this tragic accident where 3 of their sons end up with one dead, one in a coma, and one of them is so traumatized that he is not really able to speak about the incident. And the rest of the book is spent with the families trying to figure out what happened that night and if it was an accident or not an accident. It's just very, very interesting as things begin to unravel between the families, within the families. They figure out things about the boys that weren't expected, and there's just a lot of layers going on, and is very fast paced. I got through this book in just a couple of days. It really is a good book. There's heartbreak, betrayal, friendship, mystery. I definitely recommend this if you are into the mystery type genre. The last book is also one that I read on my Kindle, and it is called Then She Was Gone. This one is a psychological thriller, and it's actually one of the first psychological thrillers that I've read, which is surprising because those are my absolute favorite kind of movies. So I don't know why I didn't try out this genre earlier, but I loved this book. There were so many creepy twists and turns and layers. It is about a young girl who has a very promising future, and then one day she just disappears, and her mom, Laurel, spends her whole life searching for what happened to her daughter. And then one day the mom, Laurel, runs into a man and falls in love with him, and then meets his daughter. And as soon as she meets the daughter, she's just very drawn to her and is very interested in her. As she begins to spend more time with this daughter and the man, a lot of things start coming forward and memories start coming forward about her daughter, and she starts to really question what really did happen in her daughter's disappearance. So essentially the book is spent with Laurel uncovering more and more layers about what happened to her daughter. And again, this book is very fast paced. I got through it in less than a week. It's very creepy, so if you don't like psychological thrillers, this might not be one for you, but if you do like that genre, this is definitely a recommendation from me. I absolutely loved it. So those are my top 5 books of 2020. Let me know if any of your favorites made my list, and if not, let me know what some of your favorites were. I would love to hear some recommendations. I loved having chats about books, so leave me recommendations down in the comments below. Also, if you have seen a few of my videos and are not subscribed yet, be sure to do that so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. That is gonna do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you found a book you're really excited about. That is one of the best feelings in the whole world. So I hope that you found one that you're looking forward to reading now. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one.